Today I am attempting drifting with just $1000 in my pocket. I will have to buy a car, get it ready and survive 30 days of drifting. In this video you will see mud, snow, broken cars and lots of crashes. But first, let me introduce you to my drift rocket. This car is Ford Sierra, which in Spanish probably means garbage. But at least it costs only $600 and most importantly it's fully loaded for drifting. It has welded diff, manual transmission, swept 2-liter engine, huge turning radius and very loud exhaust. You may ask, is this car street legal?
Absolutely fucking not.
Alright, let's see if this car can actually drift. Turns out drifting is kind of easy. You just turn the wheel and pull the throttle. Of course, a few times I almost hit a curb, but at least I had lots of fun. Until my tires started sparking, so I swapped a new set of tires and continued practicing. This time I made it harder and tried to drift around some tires, which is way more difficult than it looks.
No.
I don't know guys, looks like I learned drifting. So with lots of confidence I headed to my local track. The idea here is to finish the obstacle course as fast as possible. And of course my car is the cheapest one here. But it's better to drive slow car fast than fast car slow. And that's exactly what I did not do. On my first attempt not only I went the wrong way, I also hit cone which stuck to my car the whole way. Now when I'm used to track, I decided to do a bit of drifting, and that was fun as hell.
Let's go!
Yeah, boy.
This shit costs only $600, but it has lots of fun.
Yeah, I see already. You have fun with this dildo.
It's much better than that. Also, it's not really safe here. We don't have seatbelts.
If somebody hit us, bro, we dead.
After a few attempts, I finally completed track with some kind of drifting.
Fuck! Bro, it's only $600 and a lot of more.
You can probably tell I had lots of fun, but then I encountered one problem.
Guys, we have a problem. Our transmission is very hot. I don't know what to do. We'll probably do one light circle. I don't know how to say that.
And of course I completely forgot about that after the start.
No.
That was money shit.
Money shift in this car is not possible, bro. Okay. Oh, dude, let's go.
Can you smell my clutch? That's the best day of my life. At first I was worried about drifting, about hitting cars, but now it's pure chill.
Yeah.
I've got a few more laps, so let's have some fun.
Better, you know. Right.
Yeah, much better.
But not good enough, I was dead last on the leaderboard. Also, I'm probably the first by having tons of fun. And that fun brought me back to the track. This time I decided to practice transitions from one side to another, which is basic drifting skill. Honestly, I would not believe that in just 3 days I would be able to drift. But then everything started going sideways, and not in a drifting way. At first I broke my seat, not critical, but very annoying. Then I let my friend to drive for the first time, and of course he crashed into a tree. I worried it was coolant leaking, turns out it was just washer fluid. I fixed what I could and we headed home. Now it feels like this car is much faster. You probably noticed that my car is not exactly powerful, so instead of adding horsepower, I decided to remove traction. From now on we are doing snow drifting. It's also very fun and arguably harder to master, which means only one thing: I have to wait for snow. Finally this day arrived, we have snow. But first we need to fix my car. We grabbed the longest bar we could find and tried to bend the front and back, because the tire was rubbing against the frame. I also drilled a few holes in the bottom to drain water. I mean, car is already rusted enough. Slapped bumper back and this baby is ready for adventures. I somehow started this car and we went straight to the track. And that was amazing, to say the least. I was drifting from corner to corner and felt really confident. And the coolest part here, you don't need lots of power for car to slide. That was great until all the snow disappeared. Suddenly the track was just ice. My car went everywhere and I was drifting at a walking pace. It quickly became the lamest drifting experience ever. This car was falling apart like Lego and it desperately needed proper winter tires. But then we encountered real problem.
Опа. Водобен закінчається. Ми забули. О, давай сюди, коротше, на парк. We are low on fuel.
Yeah, but we don't know if it's gas.
I think 50-50.
We poured full canister with probably cat piece and let's check if that really helped.
Yo, bro, it's last chance.
Yeah. Let's see.
We decided to move to a spot near our home, but the car still felt off.
What the fuck?
And here I made my third mistake. Yeah, you guessed that right, I gave car to my friend.
Ну шеф стоп, ну шеф стоп. А чё текай, чё? Текай.
Oh yeah, that was really bad. Some guys helped us to get this car out. And the funniest part,
I don't know how, but we lost our bumper. What the fuck?
this crash definitely fucked up steering. Now it pulls to the right. And cherry on top, the next day all the snow melted. But at least I found my bumper. So yeah, at that point it felt like everything was falling apart. The car constantly wanted to break down, I was losing traction all the time and the weather was unpredictable. And because this car has weird fuel tank setup and insanely loud exhaust, after each ride I felt dizzy and ears were constantly ringing. It genuinely felt like I aged 10 years in just those few days. And that's when I started thinking, maybe drifting on a $1,000 budget was just a bad idea. Vin Diesel, what should I do?
Miguel, never give up. I have won races in much worse cars. And don't forget about family.
This car makes me crazy. Let's prepare this car for the next rides. The first thing I fixed were seats. It's impossible to ride the old way. The seat is held by simple bolts, which is probably not very safe. And the real challenge was actually reaching them. Then I moved to the rear taillight. It was held by single zip ties, so I added a few more. That's actually funny how many things could be fixed with simple zip ties. Next was the front of the car. A little bodywork and the bumper was back. The missing floor was replaced with some crap. You will see later why that was a bad idea. Anyway, now is the most important part. I bought a new rims with tires, so let's replace them.
Good job, bro. What the fuck? It's stuck?
Now it's much better.
Oh, yes, better. I think it's good enough.
You should definitely see the difference. The car is much softer now. I got some fuel and even washed it probably for the first time in years. I swear, if this car breaks once again, I will totally destroy it. We got fresh snow, so let's see if those modifications actually helped. Yep, on fresh snow those tires definitely work. Now I can drive much faster. Of course, it wasn't perfect. There were crashes, actually a lot of them.
Oh shit.
But run after run I was getting better. Until I met my biggest enemy again. Ice. No, this ice. I couldn't control the car, it just kept spinning all the time. And those winter tires doesn't really help. So I had to adapt. After a few attempts I finally understood the rules. On ice you have to be very gentle with both throttle and steering. At first I tried to initiate drifting by turning the wheel. That only made the front wheels to lose grip. The trick is almost opposite. You should barely turn the wheel and use throttle to rotate the car. And you can actually see the moment I finally learned that. Now the back is sliding, but the front wheel stay pointed where I want to go.
Easy peasy.
And I finally overcome the fear of crashing. I used to slam the brakes all the time whenever I was afraid. So this time I forced myself to forget about brakes. Just control the slide and keep going. And after a few more runs it finally clicked. For the first time I actually felt in control.
Fuck!
Бенза, напевно. Ну?
Ні, бензин.
Так. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the track in complete darkness, and this car won't start. You can probably tell from my face, I was seriously worried we wouldn't make it home. We checked engine and everything looked okay. After investigation, it appeared that some trash clogged the fuel tank. We cleaned it, but then we had another problem. Battery was totally dead. So we pushed this car off the track. And while doing that, I almost got crushed between the door and the wall. Luckily, I pulled a fast and furious move, so only the door was wrecked. Now this car basically looks like a Rolls-Royce. Anyway, we got it started and got home while we could. And the funniest part here, I couldn't escape this car. 30 days challenge almost over. Today is the last day, so let's make it count. But with this car it's never that easy. This time battery was dead. So we are going to start it the old school way. Basically turn ignition on, put it in gear and just drop the clutch. Except this time it didn't work. We pushed the car uphill, which was already exhausting, and that traffic didn't help at all. I tried reverse gear, nothing. Pushed it from second, still nothing. At this point it's not even about trying different methods. It just feels like this car doesn't want to start. Luckily, two guys decided to help us. So now either challenge ends here or it will be the best day ever.
Готовий?
Да, готовий.
The car is definitely not in a great shape, but at this point I'm just happy it still drives. Anyway, we made it to the track. The weather is perfect and there is lots of snow. Maybe even too much. Everyone was getting stuck, so we had to use the power of friendship.
Yeah.
Alright, let me show my skill.
goes fast. Bad ideas, full attack, rear and gone, never coming back. Rock and roll, hear it scream. This was a terrible dream.
Oh shit.
Yes, even professionals crash. This time it was very bad, so I had to ask for help. I did one last sunset run and we made it home. Honestly, what a day. Even now when editing this video, I can't believe I survived this challenge. And it's so rewarding to finally be able to drift. If you don't have a big budget, I would definitely recommend buying a junk car. When it's already trash, you push it harder and you learn faster. And also crash a lot. Talking about money, I spent 970 bucks. But that's without fuel. In reality it's probably another 150 bucks. But honestly, that worth every penny.